Hello, everyone. We are Mackayla and Sky, and today we are here with Tess Becket, a producer, songwriter, and vocalist. It's an honor to have you here, Tess.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, so we have been looking forward to have you here. Obviously, we are excited to talk to you and learn a little bit more about you. We want to say congratulations on your first official single, Toxic.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. It came out last week.
Yeah, we feel like it's such a strong song, and obviously your voice carries the emotions perfectly.
Thank you.
So do you want to start off by telling us a bit about how you're feeling with this release?
Yeah. I mean, I've been writing songs since I was 13. I'm 21 now. So I've been writing for a very long time. And I honestly, when I started, I never thought I would ever show anybody a song that I'd written.
Mhm.
When TikTok came out, I started making TikToks about just like the gay little songs that I would write, that like gay love songs, honestly.
Yeah.
Uh, um, and my first one got like 5 likes, and I was like, oh my God, people like it? Like, that's crazy.
Mhm.
Um, so that really encouraged me to start showing other people my work, and I got I got a lot better from when I started, and when I had a song that I actually thought was ready to release,
Mhm.
which was Toxic. When I wrote that, I was kind of like, I think this is going to be the one that I put out. Um, and I was really thrilled with how it was received. When I put it out, I got a couple publications to cover it.
Mhm.
It has a couple thousand streams, which I thought it would get like 40. So I was like, yeah, we're freaking going.
Mhm.
Um, I've been really happy with it, and it's been really fun.
Very awesome. Very excited for you.
Thank you.
Like, were you ever scared to put like these little gay songs out there? Because I feel like it's something scary when
Oh
you
my God,
were.
yeah.
So what was it like?
When I started posting um love songs, I posted this one song that was like very blatantly like, if you got a girlfriend, I think that you should leave her. Um, and I wasn't out to like my family
Okay.
at that point. I
Yeah.
was just like crossing my fingers, nobody's gonna watch this video. Um, and posting my music was actually a way that I came out to a lot of people that I loved. Um, because I didn't really believe in like um being gay as something that I didn't want it to be like the most important thing about me, I
Yes,
just
absolutely.
who I love. Um, and so I found that sharing my art that does share that part of me, um, it just helped the when people that I knew like found my TikTok, they were always really supportive because they got to see that the side of me where I was talking about who I loved in a way that any other artist would. Um, and I never had like a big like I'm coming out, I'm gay to everybody that I
Yeah.
love. It was just kind of a gradual realization for everybody, and if you act like it's normal, it kind of becomes normal for everyone.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, the two of us are also part of the community, so we
Okay,
understand. Yeah.
awesome. Nice.
I also never had a big coming out party. It never made sense to me. I'm
Mhm.
like, why would I have this party for me? Like, it's just like a birthday party, you know? You're just like celebrating yourself.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
It's the people that do that, it's like totally I completely understand it. It just was
Right.
never, it was just never.
It just didn't make sense to me.
Mhm.
Okay. So when do you decide that music was gonna be the path that you want to take for your life?
Yeah, so it was a pretty late decision for me, honestly. Growing up, I had a lot of people around me that struggled really bad with mental health or like sexual assault and things like that, and it really affected me. Not because I was the one directly affected by it, but because I kept seeing these other people be affected by it.
Yeah.
Um, so when people would ask me like, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" I would always be really cheesy and say like, "I want to save the world." Um, so I actually I started going to college for international studies to be like a diplomat, and like quote unquote save the world in that kind of way, do like counterterrorism and stuff.
Mhm.
Um, but I was always taking photos, writing, singing, acting as a kid. And I got about halfway through my 4 years of college doing that. And I was like, there is no way that I'm going to be able to sit at a desk 9 to 5 for the rest of
Oh,
my life.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I I did a cover contest for Hayley Williams of Paramore.
Oh my
Mhm.
God.
She and she was like, it was like make a video covering her, like one of her debut solo singles, which was
Okay.
Dead Horse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was like, Hayley Williams, I'm in love with that woman. I need this. And so I did that, and I used a DAW, which is a digital audio workstation, for the first time, and recorded my music.
Mm,
Um, and I was like, this is my, like, I love this. I
yeah.
love this. And that was the moment that I really decided that I needed to do music, or at the very least do something creative with my life. And then I changed my major and started working at recording studios, and have been really happy with it ever since.
Okay. So how long have you actually been like seriously, quote unquote, working with uh like studios or
Yeah, I got my first kind of job at a studio in 2020, so it's coming up on 3 years now. But I've been writing since I was 13 or 14.
oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, and going off the writing, can you talk about your songwriting process and how that works?
Yeah, my my writing, I started off when I was a kid writing poetry. That was my main thing. And I loved music so much. I loved listening to music. I would everywhere I would drive, I would listen to music. And I was a competitive swimmer until I was 16. Um, and I spent a lot of my time doing that. And I got these underwater um earbuds so I could listen to music during practice. Like, that's how much of a freaking nerd I was about music. Um, and as far as like my songwriting process goes, is I kind of just word vomit my feelings mostly. I'll sit down with my guitar and my notebook, and just, it's usually when I'm feeling like a particular way, and I have something that I want to say, or something that's kind of like scratching my brain a little bit.
Mhm.
And I'll just sit down with the guitar and turn voice memos on and kind of just improvise. And then um, I'll write down the things that I like the most, like the chords and the lyrics and the melody, and then I'll make a song out of that. And then once I have kind of like the demo, I'll bring it to my little home studio, which is, for a while, was a laptop on an ironing board. Like, we're talking like nothing here.
Yeah.
Um, and I'd produce like some drums for it and bring it to kind of a demo, and then I'd bring it to my college or any recording studio I was working at, and then record live drums and um, studio vocals and everything on top of it. So that's typically how a song works for me.
That's really cool.
Okay. Yeah, that's really awesome.
So your new single talks about mental health and struggle with toxic relationships with the ones we love. How scary was it to put out something that is so personal?
Oh my god! Like, um, it was a real struggle, particularly with talking about what the song was about. The song itself doesn't necessarily like implicate anybody personally in my life, which I
Mhm.
really liked about it. But when people would like ask me about it, or when I was pitching to publications, um, I didn't. The song is about something that like really happened in my life. A lot of really bad stuff happened last year, particularly with my family, and so showing all of my friends and the people that I know, not even the people that I love, just the people that I know, that really deep part of me was definitely really hard. And navigating how much to disclose about the song so that I protect other people's privacy and also
Mhm.
I'm honest with myself is definitely a difficult thing to navigate. That I still don't think I really know completely what I'm doing as far as that goes. But yeah, it was really difficult.
Okay. Okay. First of all, I think I don't know if I missed it, but did you say that you had any type of like formal music like studying or something, or has it all been like your personal like learning process?
Yeah, because I was a swimmer. I cyber schooled. I didn't have any music training growing up. I wasn't around music at all. Nobody in my family makes music. I When I quit swimming, I got into musical theater, and at that point, I really loved that and started taking voice lessons every couple weeks. Nothing really serious, but everything else I'm pretty much self-taught.
Okay.
It's really
Okay.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I think I always admire a lot of people when they just like kind of learn everything on their own. Uh
Thank you.
it's
Yeah.
just it's just different being able to put on the work and like stay consistent into like learning something on your
Mhm.
own than when you have someone maybe helping you out or like,
Yeah. It's a different
you
level
know.
of commitment.
Yeah, yeah. You have to actually be like very disciplined, like have a lot of
Mhm.
discipline to be able to get those things. So why do you think music is so important for like for you in the world? Like what makes music so important?
Yeah. When I was making that career change, I really looked back on my life, and I looked at the things that helped me as, this kid that was seeing a lot of people go through really difficult things and is trying to find themselves, in terms of like being gay and just being who I was. And I have a chronic illness, so doing that. And the thing that was always really my rock was music and
Mhm.
writing and being able to express myself in that way. Um, it's something that transcends cultures and people. It's a way to tell stories and connect with each other. And I think that music is really connecting to the person's soul, um, which is why I think it's so powerful, and why I love it so much and why I think that it's so important. Um, I'm very like I'm kind of like but this is a weird thing to say, but I'm like really mortal
Mm,
minded. Like I'm like
Mhm.
very my time here is really short. I want to make sure that I'm doing something that
Mhm.
is powerful that I want to do, that is helping other people. Um, and figuring out that music was that thing for me was really difficult because it took a while to understand that, versus like my mom who's a psych nurse and is like working and saving people's lives and doing that, and a bunch of my family works in healthcare. Doing like these really concrete things to make the world a better place. And music is just like, oh, you do a little singy song, but it it really saved my life more than anything else growing
yeah.
up, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like definitely people that are not involved in the music or in the music industry or didn't like grow up with a strong music connection, they don't see how music can somehow save people's lives
Mhm.
and make a change and
Yeah.
like help someone out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's music's there for everyone. There's always a
Mhm.
song that you can find.
Yeah.
Um, Going off that, what are the major like themes in music that matter to you? And those that make you feel like you have something to say in in your songs.
Yeah. Mainly I write about my family experiences and like sapphic love. Those are like the main ones. I'm really interested in detailing like a kind of sapphic romance that is not I like provocative in kind of a way. Like I
Mhm.
think of like Dove Cameron Boyfriend or Katy Perry I Kissed a Girl, Demi Lovato, like what is her song's name is like
Cool for
Cherry or
the
something.
summer.
Cool for the Summer. Yeah, yeah. Um and I love all those songs. Those songs are great songs, but it's like I just wanted like a freaking love song, you know what I mean? Like damn that girl's pretty, I love her. That's what I always wanted. So I'm really interested in doing that. And then it's like I wish I could say I had more of like a theme to my music, but really it's just like if I feel terrible, I write because I feel terrible and I want to get it out. And that's
Mhm.
usually what it is, what happens.
You were talking about like different singers. And I think growing up, we see all these singers, maybe like, like I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry, but she's not actually like, in the
Yeah.
LGBT community or
Mhm.
stuff like that. But a lot of people were able to relate to that song.
Mhm.
And then are there any like artists in the community that have helped you with your music? Um, like I don't know, like maybe I want to mention like Haley Kiyoko or like Fletcher
Mhm.
or anyone like is there any of those artists out there that has helped you that you maybe admire or
Absolutely,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Julian Baker, I freaking love Julian Baker. Little Oblivions is one of my favorite albums of all time. Um, she's a she's a great queer songwriter. Just put out a new record with Boy Genius, obviously. That's I haven't gotten a chance to listen to all of it, but I have listened to a couple tracks a lot. Um, I am like I think I go through phases of being like a fangirl. So
Yeah.
I, it's like Haley Williams was like the first,
Oh
and then
yeah.
it was like and then it was Casey Musgraves. I love Casey Musgraves, and
Mhm.
then Julian Baker, and then right now I'm on King Princess. King Princess is like my gay idol right now. Um, she produces, writes, and plays a lot of instruments on her own songs. Um,
Hmm.
and like she was the first kind of like queer member that I saw interviews where she was like in the studio, like using the mixing console and talking about production and having her own vision that she brought from the songwriting to the very end. And
Mhm.
that was like life changing for me because I was like, that is what I want. I want to do that. And so I think she's really freaking cool. And she's like my biggest inspiration right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. So also you being a producer, how does that help you in your like songwriting and singing process?
Yeah.
If you feel like it
Oh,
helps anyway.
absolutely. Before I knew how to use like a DAW or produce, I was writing songs that really couldn't be brought to a place that other people could play with me. Like now I'm rehearsing with like a drummer and a bassist and getting ready to play live shows. And the songs that I wrote before I knew how to produce, um, were like in these crazy time signatures that nobody else could replicate with me. They were just like all over the place. Really pretty with just me and my guitar and my voice, but they kind of ended at um, an acoustic guitar with nowhere to go from there. So knowing
Hmm.
how to produce definitely brings me to a place where I can build the song from more than just its basic chordal and lyrical structure.
Mhm.
Um, and I don't have to rely on other people to be able to do that, which lets me bring that vision all the way to the end. I
Mhm.
still have collaborators that help me produce and that I get ideas from and everything, but I can still always have my core in what comes out at the
Yeah.
end.
So right now, what is the biggest dream career-wise at the moment?
Okay, I have like the weirdest, I think, dreams. It's not like win a Grammy or like perform Madison Square Garden or anything. Play NPR Tiny Desk would be like my all-time goal. I could be done after playing NPR Tiny Desk. Um, and then like maybe even above that would be like a Zane Lowe interview on Apple Music.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
then it also like open for King Princess. like open for another artist is my end goal. But those are my three
Yeah.
like way out there, currently unattainable dreams that I have. So
But why do these specific like why do these specific things and not like I feel like maybe everyone in the music industry dreams about like the
Yeah.
Grammy, like that's the top for everyone.
yeah,
So I'm not saying your dreams are not as big. Obviously, they're valid and they are big dreams, but just want to know your thinking on those dreams.
yeah. With the tiny desk, oh, it's something I admire so much as like the purest form of um I don't even know how to say it. Like uh it strips down these like big artists or even just these indie artists to a place where they can connect in this really small room, and then they post it on YouTube and it gets like a, a huge audience and millions of people to look at it. And I think I just like how authentic it feels and
Hmm.
how small
Mhm.
and intimate it is. And it's something I found a lot of artists that I love through NPR Tiny Desk. Like I am such a dweeb for saying this, but I got into Mac Miller from his NPR Tiny Desk. Um, and then Zane Lowe. Um, to me, I think a Zane Lowe interview, like I more so than being a famous artist, that's not really my end goal. My end goal is just to be an artist, which
Hmm.
I am doing now. Um, but I think that the Zane Lowe interview is like
Yeah.
kind of a validation of somebody's artistry in a way.
Hmm.
Like, this, I love this. This is like the talking to you guys right now is like the best thing ever. Never get to talk this much.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like a validation of artistry, which is something I've always like kind of longed to be
Hmm.
um, seen as and be secure in myself being an artist. And then open for King Princess. I'm just a freaking fangirl for her. That's pretty much the basis of that.
Yeah, so King Princess, if you're listening, hit her
Yes,
up.
yes. I would die. I would die.
I mean, those are very valid dreams. I think I'm someone who has always thought that you don't need to be like the biggest
Mhm,
artist out there to be successful. And staying like true to yourself
mhm.
and to what you want to
Yeah,
say and
absolutely.
what you want to
Yeah, and
do.
success is different to everyone. So,
For sure. Yep.
Yeah. So I think I might have an idea, but who inspires you the most and why?
Okay, well, I'm gonna get off the King Princess train because I don't wanna be creepy about it, I wanna play it cool. Um, I mean, on a personal level, it would be my mom.
mhm,
My mom has been through some, like, crap,
Mhm.
and is still the nicest, kindest, sweetest person that I know. Um, and I mean, I would do anything for her, and I think that I have, and she's my she's my biggest influence in terms of how I act and um, what I do, and I think who I am as a person, which obviously plays into who I am as an artist. Just that really like that authenticity has been really influenced by my mom, and being authentic and is something that I want to be like a main point of who I am
Mhm.
as an artist.
mhm.
Even though I think saying that I'm authentic kind of negates the
Yeah.
authenticity
I
of being
think
authentic a little bit, but I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, my
I
mom
think
would be my biggest
everyone's
influence.
mom is always like a big influence and inspiration and like role model for the most part for everyone. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so to finish off, what's your favorite song? We could do of all time or right now, whichever is easiest to answer, and why.
I don't know if you both do this, but I have like a list because I'm a psychopath of answers to questions like these. Um,
Yeah.
that my favorite song when I'm asked is "I Will Follow You Into the Dark" by Death Cab for Cutie.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh my God, I love the song.
it is the most gorgeous song of all time.
It is.
lyrically, musically, makes me cry my eyes out every time I hear it. The idea that like I said, focus a lot on my mortality,
Mhm,
and the idea that whatever is on the end doesn't matter because I'll
Mhm.
be there with you anyways is like, oh my God,
Yeah.
breathtaking. Like
yeah,
I'm almost crying just saying that. Um,
yeah, absolutely.
and for the, I, that is that's why that's my favorite song. I think that's my favorite lyrics ever written, if not my favorite song ever.
Okay. And is there any album that maybe growing up like changed your life or
Oh yeah,
your perspective on something? I don't know.
After Laughter by Paramore. And also Reputation by Taylor Swift. Don't come at me for loving Reputation, please. Um, when I the reason Reputation is so important to me, and also After Laughter too, they both came out at a time, I had to quit being a competitive swimmer, because of my chronic illness. And it was a really being a swimmer where I was like on a really elite team. It was really intense. I had practiced 7 days a week. It took up a lot of my life. I spent a lot of time with people that were my teammates, and they were like my family. And then when I got sick, I heard nothing from like virtually any of them. Like it
Mm.
was just
Mhm.
devastating. Like the people that I had grown up with, that I loved, that I thought were my friends, weren't my friends really. Um, And so Reputation, even though it's about Kanye West, on its most basic level, is about that kind of personal betrayal. And so in a very weird way, my 16-year-old self related to Taylor Swift a lot when she put out Reputation, which is why I have such an affinity for it. Um, and then After Laughter, kind of the same way. Focusing on like forgiveness and how do I feel about you now? Like the your silence is the most violent weapon. Um, just resonated a lot with me during that period as a teenager and got me through a lot of stuff by being that kind of rock of like understanding and being able to connect with somebody that can verbalize my feelings better than I can at the moment, which is what I find really inspiring about a lot of lyrics.
Okay. I mean, we don't judge anyone here for their music preferences.
Except for me right now. Is that what like the end of the sentence was?
No, no, we don't judge
Okay.
anyone. I feel like we all have those like songs or artists that we might feel a little bit ashamed
Like,
of
Mhm.
like
guilty pleasure
naming with
songs.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So do you have any more music coming up? Do you have any shows coming up? Anything you're planning anytime soon?
Yeah, so I have some songs coming out in the next couple months. They're not completely ready to release yet, so I don't have a release date. But within the next 3 months I have two songs, one called Supernova and the other called Opposites Attract, that will be coming out. I have a music video for Toxic that'll be out probably next month. And then I am rehearsing for shows. I don't quite have a set list completely ready to start booking, but I will
Mhm.
definitely have some gigs in the summer and the fall.
Can I ask where you're planning on touring or playing?
Yeah, Pennsylvania, Baltimore, where I'm close. I live in York, Pennsylvania, so
Okay.
Philly and Washington, Baltimore would be the closest places.
Very exciting.
Okay. That's very exciting. Yeah. I was gonna say, like, if you plan on coming into the West Coast,
Oh, awesome! Yeah,
I'll be there,
Yeah,
but
I'm up in
thank you so
Boston.
much.
So if you ever play in
Awesome.
Boston, I'll definitely
I
come.
will. I will let you know. I will let you know. That would be
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, definitely keep us updated. Is there anything else that you would like to mention to people to put out there?
Social medias, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you can find me at Tess Becket, TessBecket, everywhere. And you can listen to Toxic also everywhere. And it's been a delightful pleasure to talk with you both. Um, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean,
Thank
we
you.
have had an amazing time talking to you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us and share your experience and basically everything you shared with us today. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
We know sometimes it's hard to make time for this type of stuff.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Yes. All right, thank you guys so much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
I really appreciate it. It was lovely to meet you both.
We had an amazing time. Thank you, Tess, for coming and talking with us. For our listeners, thank you for being here, and go check out Tess's new single, Toxic, available on all platforms. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at STO Lives Podcast.